Vrinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON founder Acharya, savior of the whole world, Vishwaguru Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Shri Gaurnathaya ki jai. Lakshmi Narasimha Swami ki jai. Radha Govind ki jai. Tulsi Maharani ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudhiraye Nastapraye Shabadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 25 and Text 38. Na karhichit matparaha shantarupe nangshanti no me animishaha lady hetihi esham aham priya atma sutascha sakha guruhu suhrudaha daivam istam nakarhichin matpara shantarupe nangshanti no me nimisho ledi hetihi yeshamaham priya atma sutascha Sakha Guru Suhrudo Daivamistam Nakarhichin Matparaha Shantarupe Nangshanti no me nimisho ledi hetihi Eshamaham priya atma sutascha Sakha Guru Suhrudo Daivamistam.
Matparaha Shantarupe Nagasyanti no me Yeshamaham priya atma sutascha Sakha Guru Suhrudo Daivamistam Nakarchit Matparaha Shantarupe Nakshanti no me Yeshamaham priya atma sutascha Sakha Guru Suhrudo Daivamistam Nakarchit Matparaha Shantarupe Nakashanti no me nimisholedi Yeshamaham priya atma sutascha Sakha Guru Suhrudo Daivamistam
Not karhichid eva matparaha, my devotees, shantarupe, O mother, nangshanti, will lose, no, not, me, my, animishaha, time, lady, destroys, hetihi, weapon, esham, of whom, aham, I, priyaha, dear, atma, self, sutaha, son, cha, an, sakha, friend, guruhu, preceptor, suhrudaha, benefactor, daivam, deity, ishtam, chosen. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. The Lord continued, My dear mother, devotees who receive such transcendental opulences are never bereft of them. Neither weapons nor the change of time can destroy such opulences, because the devotees accept me as their friend, their relative, their son, preceptor, benefactor and Supreme Deity. They cannot be deprived of their possessions at any time. Please repeat. The Lord continued, My dear mother, devotees who receive such transcendental opulences are never bereft of them. Neither weapons nor the change of time can destroy such opulences, because the devotees accept me as their friend, their relative, their son, preceptor, benefactor, and Supreme Deity. They cannot be deprived of their possessions at any time. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. It is stated in Bhagavad Gita that one may elevate himself to the higher planetary systems, even up to Brahmaloka, by dint of pious activities. But when the effects of such pious activities are finished, one again comes back to this earth to begin a new life of activities. Thus, even though one is promoted to the higher planetary system for enjoyment and a long duration of life, still that is not a permanent settlement. But as far as the devotees are concerned, their assets, the achievement of devotional service, and the consequent opulence of Vaikuntha, even on this planet, are never destroyed. In this verse, Kapila Deva addresses his mother as Shantarupa, indicating that the opulences of devotees are fixed, because devotees are eternally fixed in the Vaikuntha atmosphere, which is called Shantarupa because it is in the mode of pure goodness, undisturbed by the modes of passion and ignorance. Once one is fixed in the devotional service of the Lord, his position of transcendental service cannot be destroyed, and the pleasure and service simply increase unlimitedly. For the devotees engaged in Krishna consciousness in the Vaikuntha atmosphere, there is no influence of time. In the material world, the influence of time destroys everything. But in the Vaikuntha atmosphere, there is no influence of time or of the demigods, because there are no demigods in the Vaikuntha planets. Here our activities are controlled by different demigods. Even if we move our hand and leg, the action is controlled by the demigods. But in the Vaikuntha atmosphere, there is no influence of the demigods or of time. Therefore, there is no question of destruction. When the time element is present, there is the certainty of destruction. But when there is no time element, past, present, or future, everything is eternal. Therefore, this verse uses the words na nakshanti, indicating that the transcendental opulences will never be destroyed. The reason for freedom from destruction is also described. The devotees accept the Supreme Lord as the most dear personality and reciprocate with Him in different relationships. They accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the dearmost friend, the dearmost relative, the dearmost son, the dearmost preceptor, the dearmost well-wisher, or the dearmost deity. The Lord is eternal, therefore any relationship in which we accept Him is also eternal. It is clearly confirmed herein that the relationships cannot be destroyed, and therefore the opulences of those relationships are never destroyed. Every living entity has the propensity to love someone. We can see that if someone has no object of love, he generally directs his love to a pet animal like a cat or a dog. Thus, the eternal propensity for love in all living entities is always searching for a place to reside. From this verse we can learn that we can love the Supreme Personality of Godhead as our dearmost object, as a friend, as a son, as a preceptor, or as a well-wisher. And there will be no cheating and no end to such love. We shall eternally enjoy the relationship with the Supreme Lord in different aspects. A special feature of this verse is the acceptance of the Supreme Lord as the Supreme Preceptor. Bhagavad Gita was spoken directly by the Supreme Lord, and Arjuna accepted Krishna as Guru or spiritual master. Similarly, we should accept only Krishna as the Supreme Spiritual Master. Krishna, of course, means Krishna and his confidential devotees. Krishna is not alone. When we speak of Krishna, Krishna means Krishna in his name, in his form, in his qualities, in his abode, and in his associates. Krishna is never alone, for the devotees of Krishna are not impersonalists. For example, a king is always associated with his secretary, his commander, his servant, and so much paraphernalia. As soon as we accept Krishna and his associates as our preceptors, no ill effects can destroy our knowledge. In the material world, the knowledge which we acquire may change because of the influence of time, but nevertheless, the conclusions received from Bhagavad Gita directly from the speeches of Supreme Lord Krishna can never change. There is no use in interpreting Bhagavad Gita. It is eternal. Krishna, the Supreme Lord, should be accepted as one's best friend. He will never cheat. He will always give his friendly advice and friendly protection to the devotee. If Krishna is accepted as a son, he will never die. Here we have a very loving son or child, but the father and mother are those who are affectionate towards him, always hope, may my son not die. But Krishna actually never will die. Therefore, those who accept Krishna or the Supreme Lord as their son will never be bereft of their son. In many instances, devotees have accepted the deity as a son. In Bengal, there are many such instances, and even after the death of the devotee, the deity performs the Shraddha ceremony for the father. The relationship is never destroyed. People are accustomed to worship different forms of demigods, but in Bhagavad Gita such a mentality is condemned. Therefore, one should be intelligent enough to worship only the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his different forms such as Lakshmi Narayana, Sitaram, and Radha Krishna. Thus one will never be cheated. By worshipping the demigods, one may elevate himself to the higher planets, but during the dissolution of the material world, the deity and the abode of the deity will be destroyed. But one who worships the Supreme Personality of Godhead is promoted to the Vaikuntha planets, where there is no influence of time, destruction, or annihilation. The conclusion is that the time influence cannot act upon devotees who have accepted the Supreme Personality of Godhead as everything. The Sanskrit Bhaktivedanta Purport. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunnavadi Pashyata Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Rama. The last verse we have seen Kapila Muni explaining about the opulences or the mood of the devotees who are engaged in always thinking of Krishna. Such devotees, they will not desire upper planetary systems, or Aishwaryam Ashtangam Anupravrittam, the mystic potencies of the Ashtanga Yoga, or they will not be interested even in going back to Vaikuntha. And even without desiring any of these opulences, they nonetheless are offered all these benedictions, even in this world. And Kapila Muni is explaining here, such transcendental opulences are never, devotees are never bereft of such opulences. And then here he mentions, neither weapons nor the change of time can destroy such opulences. Generally, here we see materialists, when they become very wealthy and opulent, sometimes their opulence can go away over a period of time. When the times change, the opulences will suddenly change. Someone who may be a big billionaire today may not be so after some time. But here it is said, animisho ledihetihi, the time cannot destroy such opulences of a pure devotee. Nangshanti, and also they cannot be destroyed by even weapons. And then it is said that why such opulences can never be destroyed? Because they accept Krishna, Esham Aham, they accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead as Priyaha, as their Priya Sutascha Saka Guru Suhrudo Daivamistam, as their relative, son, preceptor, benefactor, and Supreme Deity. And because of that, they will never be deprived of their possessions at any time. So if one wants to keep the opulences with him always, because as I said, opulences can go away. That's why one of the names of Lakshmi is Chanchala. She is very, Chanchala means restless. And if you want to keep Lakshmi fixed, then one has to establish his Priya Atma, very intimate relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead in any of these roles, as their son, as a friend, as the Supreme Preceptor. Krishna is very kind. The way the devotee desires, he is ready to reciprocate exactly in that fashion. So, a pure devotee who establishes such relationship, he gets the opulences of Vaikuntha. He has access to all such opulences. And once such opulences are bestowed, they will never go away. They will never be destroyed. This is and what is the greatest transcendental opulence of a devotee? It is the devotional service. The transcendental devotional service, this is the opulence of the law, opulence of the devotees. Getting an opportunity to do service to Supreme Lord, that is the greatest transcendental opulence. A devotee should have great value for such a service. And he serves the Supreme Lord via a pure devotee. Like Prabhupada, he is connected to Krishna. He is already having a transcendental relationship with Krishna. And on his Krishna's order only he comes here. And every action that he does is actually dictated by the Lord in the heart. And by taking shelter of such exalted personality, devotees are rendering services as servants of Prabhupada to Krishna. We are getting trained up in relating with the Supreme Personality of God, because we don't know He is such a Supreme Lord. When He is coming, we have to understand, how to relate with Him. Again, going to a mundane example, the other day, the Bhumi Puja, the chief minister is coming. They are telling us so many things. There are protocols. There is something called a protocol that we all have to adhere to. It appears that the CM has to get into the helicopter chopper by 6 o'clock, not beyond that, because of the safety reasons. All these officers are behind us. When he comes, you have to do like this, you have to do like this. Ensure that he goes away from your event by this time. And if you are going little close to him, they will keep the distance. You are trying to give anything to him other than what they have already verified and tested, they will not allow. Jai Radha. So, this is, one has to learn. Imagine one ordinary, a small state in the country and the chief minister. There is so much of, protocol to relate with him. Similarly, there will be a protocol to relate with the Supreme Personality of God. One has to approach, particularly in our stage, in the conditioned stage, we have to approach the Supreme Lord with great respect. Although He is a friend, intimate friend, that intimacy has to be with great respect. Gauravena, there has to be great respect. And whatever we do to Krishna, that is transcendental. All the services are transcendental. And such transcendental services gets diluted if we mix up upadhis, designations. If you mix up the upadhis of this world, upadhi thinking, then such services will become diluted. I was mentioning the other day, what is this upadhi? By thinking that I am I am Telugu, I am Hindi, I am Tamil, North Indian, South Indian, Middle Indian, then what is this thinking? If you mix it up in your devotional life, the potency of the transcendental potency of the service will get diluted. If we mix up our emotions connected to this world, our parents, mother, father, sister, this, that, and they become an obstacle to, or they become a dilution to your transcendental services, again it dilutes. Any upadhi thinking. So this is the danger. If somebody thinks, no, I am very health conscious, this health issue, this issue, that issue, I cannot do this service, I cannot do that, I cannot do this. He is mixing up sattvic upadhis. And he is not giving priority to his service to Krishna. Even 16 rounds, he has an excuse to not to chant 16 rounds, because he will say, no, I am not very healthy. All the 3 times he is eating normally, but he will say, I cannot chant 16 rounds. Such devotees are, after getting such a wonderful opportunity to do transcendental service to Krishna, unnecessarily they are mixing up sattvic upadhi. Passionate means is attraction, lusty, attraction to the opposite sex, that takes over. He doesn't, why he is doing his service, he will have some reason, of lusty reason. Some people, I am saying, outside people, although they may take up this devotional service, to do it purely, they should not mix any of those things. Generally, passionate people, they do only for the sake of name, fame, show bottle. They will try to do bhakti for a show bottle business. Whereas devotees, they give their hearts. They want to increase their services. If somebody doesn't have that fire, like Prabhupada is saying in the Purport, as the devotee progresses in Krishna consciousness, his service and his happiness goes on increasing. See, for the devotees, here is Prabhupada is saying, transcendental service cannot be destroyed, and the pleasure and service simply increase unlimitedly. Actually, pleasure comes only by relationships. Pleasure is always derived through relationships. This is the system. Okay, coming to the transcendental. So passion for our name, fame, or gaining some position, gaining some prestige. If one does devotional service, he thinks in the end I will become very popular, or I may get a good position. He is mixing up passion. And then if somebody is tamasic, I want to sleep more, so I don't want to do this service. Tamasic. Like sometimes we see some kind of youngsters, when they come in the beginning days, we'll tell them, Haribol, festival time, this is your service. He'll say, yes, Prabhu, but on the festival time he is not visible. And then when you try to search for him, he is actually sleeping somewhere else. Or he gives some kind of an excuse. So that means we don't have we are not understood the transcendental nature of these services. The services which Prabhupada has given, we have not really realized the transcendental nature of those services. If we don't realize Krishna's position, transcendental position, then we will not be able to chant offenselessly. Offenseless chanting means one understood the transcendental nature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So that's why, so then what is our relation? Our current relation is that I am servant of Prabhupada, I am servant of Krishna. This is our relation. This relation is transcendental relation, that means it's a permanent relation. It cannot be destroyed by any weapon. It cannot be destroyed by any time. Let us say apparently a devotee, he loses his life. It doesn't mean that his relationship with Krishna has gone. Nothing can destroy this relationship once established. A jiva has no taste for establishing this relationship on its own. There is no taste. In the conditioned life, they will have 1 million friends on the cloud. but he will not have even a hint of a relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One will be interested in increasing his own followers, his own number of views, his own that love symbols and all that. But he can never reciprocate that love. He doesn't even know somebody who pressed some button. He doesn't understand how to. So you cannot, this person may just put a love symbol, but that fellow doesn't know how to reciprocate. And so there is a dissatisfaction. I am pressing love, 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 love and all that, but there is no reciprocation. It's a very dry, artificial system of exchange of loves. So, whereas Krishna is not like that. He is the real personality, and as soon as you say, my Lord, I want to serve you, I want to love you, there is a reciprocation. Day-to-day reciprocation. Every minute there is a reciprocation. Krishna is not something static, some kind of a static object. He is a dynamic personality of Godhead. He reciprocates with each and every jiva. There is no limit to him. You can safely establish your relationship with that Supreme Personality of Godhead. Most of the people, they fear, they go through stress and fear and anxiety in their lives because they have nobody to depend on, no real friend to depend on. One interesting investigation they have done. Let us say people who are having innumerable friends on the net, how are they feeling? It is said that when they have interviewed all these people, they are big influencers and this, and they have thousands of friends and all that, everybody, many of them disclosed, they all feel lonely. They feel lonely, they feel empty. They have thousands of friends, thousands of people, but they feel empty, they feel lonely. There is nobody to relate. Relationship means, love means exchanges. There should be an exchange of exchanges between the lover and the beloved. Then only it's called relationship. Let us say mother is there, child is there. We know there are loving exchanges between these two. So the relationship is growing. And let us say a young boy and a young girl, they are in love. There are some exchanges. So, similarly, there should be exchanges between a devotee and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So then you may say, yes, in order to exchange, I need to see Krishna. I mean, without seeing how I can exchange. So then Krishna is ready. Yes, I come in a form in which you can see me. He comes as Radha Govinda. And the devotees are they're mesmerized. Such a beautiful personality has come down here to relate with me. Yes, he has come down to relate with each one of us. And when you are chanting Hare Krishna, they are the ones who are coming in the Shabda Rupa. They are relating there also. You are asking them, engage us, engage me in your service, engage me in your service. 16 rounds you are telling them. And after that service comes, you mix up all the upadhis. You say, no. A devotee who has no enthusiasm to service, that means his chanting is mechanical. If chanting is, if he is able to hear nicely, chant and hear nicely, one symptom will be fired up for service, is absorbed in service. So this is very important point. This is our opulence. Serving Krishna, chanting 16 rounds is one opulence for the devotee. What an opportunity. In this world there are billions of people are there. How many people are chanting? And you got that opportunity. So we should not lose this opportunity. As soon as the devotee decides to relate with Krishna, that's why he said, Esham aham priya atmasutascha. The devotee, because he develops his relationship with Krishna, he is so, okay, now how do I increase my love? These exchanges are described in Nectar of Instruction. With the Supreme Lord, how a devotee exchanges his relationship. One is offering Naivedya. To your beloved, you have to give some food, no? So that is Naivedya. And then Krishna eats that Naivedya and then again gives back to you as prasad. So there is a give and take. Relationship increases by give and take. You have to give, and then the beloved also has to respond, and that's how the relationship increases. And then we gift something to Krishna. We give new vastra, alankara every day. And Krishna also responds. He also gives. On his birthday we give him dress. And on his birthday he gives us dress. New dress. He also gives. And then we are serving him. And Krishna also helps. He serves his pure devotees. For example, here Prabhupada is mentioning a pure devotee called Govinda Ghosh. He was serving Krishna in the mood of a son. He has accepted the deity, that Gopinath deity, Shirchor Gopinath. He accepted Shirchor Gopinath as his son. And then after Govinda Ghosh passed away, Gopinath ji performs those rituals. He offers pinda. Even today, the deity goes and does those rituals for Govinda Ghosh. So that's the relationship. He accepted the deity as the son. So son has to offer all those oblations and all that. And he does even today. So a devotee, Lord is already active in our life. He is active. You have to just perceive. That perception increases as you go on chanting and as you go on reading Prabhupada's purports. So that's the opulence. That's why this chapter is known as Glories of Devotional Service. The best glory is that it can never be destroyed by any means. So that's why devotees should be, they should cherish the service that they have. Whatever may be that service. And they should cherish, apply their whole heart and do it nicely for the pleasure of Krishna. And how Krishna reciprocates his pleasure, that is that will also become pleased, will also become very happy. And that's all. This relationship continues and then the pleasure increases. That's what Prabhupada is saying in this purport. So one should give attention to Krishna, not to any material relationships of this world. They are secondarily dealt. The primary relationship is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We'll stop here. Any questions? Yeah.
With regard to categorization, Prabhu,
Hmm.
goodness, passion, and ignorance.
Yeah.
So suppose if a devotee is not so advanced, he is a beginner in Krishna consciousness. So yes, he knows that it is a God service to God, which is very sacred.
Yeah.
And so he performs it as a matter of duty.
Yeah.
This time it is my service, and this should be performed.
Yeah.
This particular level of perfection and all. So he does this as a matter of duty. Not he's not so advanced to the level that like we need to love Krishna and all. Just some authority gave this service, let me do it and hand over.
Yeah.
So is it in the mode of goodness or is it in the mode of pure goodness?
If you are rendering services under the direction of an authority and to your best capacity, you are executing those services, and you know that my immediate authority should be happy with my service, then that service is transcendental. And let us say sometimes you are not feeling any emotion to do service. Kuch bhi nahi hai, empty. But still you are supposed to do service. So as a matter of duty you are doing service. That means sattvic. At least sattvaguna is there. That okay, my duties have to be performed. But devotees generally, they have to work in, at least they should remain in sattvaguna, and they should think, this will please Krishna, this will please Prabhupada. Let me try my best. So if that pleasure of Guru and Krishna is there, then that becomes transcendental. Calculation is on the basis of giving pleasure. Then that becomes transcendental. So if you are calculating in terms of Krishna's pleasure, to enhance the pleasure, you have to do it little more better. That feeling comes, little more better, let me do, little more, let me try. Let me achieve something and offer. Let me get something and offer. These are the feelings. Matter of duty, sometimes what happens? Okay, 6 घंटा काम करना है यार, 8 घंटा काम करो. But devotees are not like that. They go all the way. It could be midnight service. The temple commander may wake up somebody and say, hey, Haribol, there's something, you come. The devotees are ready. He is saying, Prabhu, 6 hours I have to sleep, otherwise my health, my this, that, I will not come. He will never say. He is ready. Sometimes during festival times, there will be a lot of emergencies. So everybody, they know that I have to, for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna, I have to go any extent. He will not even bother about the health and all that. Ultimately, Guru and Krishna will be bothered about this, his health. He needn't bother. He is ready to do. So that's the mode. And but because we are in the beginning stages, sometimes we may not have that enthusiasm. That time at least we should do as a matter of duty. Let me just complete this, and then, for example, late night chanting. Sometimes, it's not easy because sleepy is there, and you're feeling sleepy, and you have to complete your rounds. All those calculations, pleasure, this and okay, so at least complete that 16. Whatever may happen, complete the 16. This is very important. So we'll stop here. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.